Hi guys, once again, welcome back to the Gatekeepers TV. It's your favorite duo at Dennis Keton.
Emoli Edu.
We are back again, game week 20 guys. We are not yet done with it. Remember, matches were played over the week. We had an entertaining London derby. We had also an entertaining Manchester derby. In both derbies, Manchester United emerged the winners, and in the other derby, who emerged the winner again?
Derby against Arsenal and Tottenham. Arsenal won by 2-0.
2-0, yeah. So a London team, a Manchester team won, though anyway, they are London and Manchester. So otherwise, in other news, Chelsea also won for the first time in many times.
Since, was it November?
It's been crazy. It's like we are winning after every 3 months, which is crazy. But guys, scrap that off. We are going to talk about it as we finalize this big game here. So allow me to welcome you guys officially to the Gatekeepers TV, your number one sporting channel, whereby we are about to talk to you or to bring to you straight up match preview on this big game. Manchester City are going to face Tottenham at Man City at Etihad Stadium. We all know how Man City are at Etihad Stadium. Overall, we know how Haaland loves, cherishes, and adores the Etihad together with its fans when they are in that stadium. So the question is, can they actually get their revenge? Because I feel like it's a revenge spree, having dropped points to Manchester United over the weekend. So allow me to welcome my pundit to start by telling us how the two teams fared in the previous seasons.
Well, Manchester City against Tottenham. If you can remember last season, in the first leg, they drew 1-1. Second leg, City came for revenge. Well, but this time round, it's going to be a bit hard for both teams, because we are talking of both wounded teams. Right now, Tottenham are very much wounded. On the other side, Manchester City are very badly wounded. So this game is going to be a game of teams which are very much wounded, but maybe the team with the most ambitious team, and the team which will have something to fight for will be. Actually, it's going to be a tactical one.
A tactical game, you say, right?
A very much tactical one. Because
yeah, so
teams are now finding a way to contain Man City, which is working. We saw it worked with Man City, where they neutralized their midfield, although they conceded 1 goal, but City were completely neutralized. So I feel like Tottenham, I think Conte is a well-experienced coach. He knows what to do. But although recently he has not been getting some good results, but I hope he'll be able to at least do something, because this one is going to be hell of a match. But now we are speaking of a Man City who are title contenders. On the other side, Tottenham feel like they've been dropping points a lot. So this one is going to be a battle of I won't say midfield, because just take it from there.
Guys, as Pogba just told you, it's going to be a difficult game, majorly because of late, Tottenham have been so brilliant against Man City. Last season, Tottenham actually won both home and away. The last match, they won 3-2. So basically, it means that Tottenham have been a thorn in the flesh to Manchester City. So right now, as they're going to face each other, I feel like Pep Guardiola is coming for his revenge. Apart from it being a revenge which he's really yearning for, he has to consider that over the weekend he lost the Manchester derby. Losing the Manchester derby actually prevented him from closing the gap with Arsenal, who are title contenders and who are position 1 right now. That means he had an opportunity to close the gap to 5 points, but right now he allowed the gap to stretch to 8 points. That is bad news for Pep and for Man City in general. So the question is, will they be able to come get their revenge, and on top of that, be able to close the gap which is in between them and Arsenal, considering that they should also have it in mind that over the weekend, Arsenal will be facing Manchester United. And if you were to do quick maths, that would mean that if they win tonight, which is on Thursday, Man City will be having an opportunity to actually close the gap or reduce the gap to 5 points. Then, if it so happens that Arsenal loses to Manchester United over the weekend, it means, and they win, it means that the gap will have been reduced with negative 3 points, which means there will be 2 points. Arsenal will only be 2 points ahead. You understand? So those mathematics, I know Pep have actually played them along his mind, and he has actually shared it with his team. So that's the reason, the more reason as to why I feel like Pep deserves and needs to win this, if actually he still wants to be in the title race. I think right now I understand the reason as to why Arsenal fans have been making fuss over the internet, saying that they really need to win against you, as they pray and hope that Tottenham does them whatever they always do to Manchester City.
Of course.
So this is a game whereby personally I'll be looking forward to it, because I want to see how Haaland will be, because of late, since World Cup, we can say that he's been on a dry spell. This is not the Haaland we know. We know a Haaland of scoring hat-tricks, braces, but not going for some games without scoring. So having said that, Pogba, what players are you looking forward to playing in tonight's match?
Well, starting with Man City, I feel like, I don't know what's the problem with the players. They look very much, they look fatigued to me. In the Manchester derby, Manchester City players, we saw the likes of De Bruyne, who looked like he's just being forced to play, because just a simple ball you lose to Fred. Anytime he has the ball, he just loses anyhowly. On the other side, we had Bernardo. Bernardo was tried, but you cannot. You are the only one trying in a team where people aren't showing so much strength to fight. It's a bit hard. Defenders like Akanji and Ake. I had a feeling that they were too unexperienced. That's what I said, in quotes. Too unexperienced for some big matches. Actually, I don't know why Ruben Diaz and Laporte weren't there, but they would have offered a little bit of experience, even though they are not on form, but they would have offered experience in that match. Maybe it would have gone to 1-1. But anyway, City defenders are not good as of now. Neither is their midfield. On the other side, Tottenham, they have a lot of problems, starting with their goalkeeper, Mr. Hugo Lloris. He is not on form. Their defenders, I don't know. Their midfield, of course, their midfield is always good. Their attacking is always good, although I have a feeling they're not also on form. So it will be a battle of who will win it, or who will lack follow. Yeah.
Guys, Pogba having said that, over the weekend in the derby, there was a mistake which Lloris did. Lloris is prone to mistakes, and I don't know whether that is the main reason, whether he's realized that he's been costing his team. That is the reason as to why officially he confirmed last week, but one, that he has retired from international football, which means he won't be playing in the next World Cup, or he won't be playing for France. So which means other goalkeepers needs to take up. So just one caution to Tottenham. Tottenham has a very, very, very bad habit in this season. Tottenham have been playing good football in the second half, but very pathetic football in the first half. This is wrong. This is bad. If you find a team like Arsenal or a team like Man City who wants to start a game with a high tempo, they will definitely make sure that they blow you out. They blow your caution out as early as they can, and they will get goals, early goals. By the time they are getting their early goals in the first half, when you come in the second half, even though you'll be brilliant, these guys will lock their defense. And them having locked their defense, that means there will be no room for you guys to penetrate or to even come back and even the amount of goals which you've conceded. Having said that, Conte, you need to prep your team, because that is not auguring well with you. The last 7 games, that is how Tottenham have been playing. They have been coming back from behind, trying to actually caution the deficit of goals. It has worked in some games, but it will never work in all games. We saw in the London derby against Arsenal, it failed to work, and it failed terribly, right? Though key things to mention, Harry Kane was fantastic. Kulusevski for them was again another impressive player. I saw Ryan Sessegnon trying to make runs in the flank. He did a lot of runs, and he was playing very well. We saw Richarlison being reintroduced. By the way, he's officially back. He started from the bench and he came in. Though Mr. Richarlison, kindly reduce your temper, man. It's never that serious. We know it can get heated up and everything, but it's never that serious because we still need to see you in other games. Don't be so much of a hothead such that you concede a lot of unnecessary cards, which will actually deprive us fans the opportunity to watch you play. On the other side, on the flip side, on the Man City side, just as Pogba said, I feel like the spirit is lowering. I don't know what the issue is. I feel like it's a high time they reignite back their spirit. But I don't know whether that's the case or it's the case of Premier League teams also trying to up their game and making it as competitive as it is. But this is football where each and every football fan has an opinion, and your opinion will always count depending on how you look at it. De Bruyne never trained on Tuesday, and though Pep confirmed that he might be available to play in this game against Tottenham, so chances are it's a wait and see how it goes. Cancelo also happened to start in the derby. For me, he played well, not as people have been saying. He actually played well, but moving forward, I feel like they can always do better. So this is a game whereby two teams who lost in the derbies are meeting. The two teams know each other very well. Tottenham feels like they know Man City very well to the extent that they have been winning against them. On the other side, Man City feels like it's time to actually squash this beef and this rivalry which they've been having with Tottenham. So the question is, can Conte outclass Pep, or will Pep actually engineer his masterclass and find a comfortable win against Tottenham? That's the biggest question on board. And for us to actually give you our thought or what we think about it, let Pogba come in straighter with his prediction on what he thinks will be the outcome of that game.
This time round, if Conte loses, it will be his third game losing. Yes. And on the other side, if Pep loses, it will be his third game losing. So I have this feeling that it's going to be a hard game for both of them. Just to say, it will depend on the strength of the players, the hunger of the players to win, and what you're playing for. So with this one, tactically, I'm going with a 1-1. I have a feeling that it's going to be a draw, a spoiler for both of them.
Okay.
But now, since City will be at Etihad, it will be upon the Tottenham or the Spurs to at least contain them. But irregardless, 1-1, that is a hard game for Man City. Now that every coach is learning to contain them, so 1-1.
1-1, yeah? So there you have it from Pogba, guys. For me, if you ask me about this, I feel like Pep has dropped enough points. He dropped points, and this is his time to redeem himself. Regardless of this game being a tough match for him, I feel like today players are coming in with a thorough fight, and they're coming in knowing that there's something at stake. And with that on offer, I feel like Pep, Man City, the citizens, they're coming actually to stamp the authority and to take their revenge and to close the gap in the top 1 position. So for me on this game, give it to me a 3-2 win. Haaland, you are needed to score at Etihad as you always do. And also remember, somebody here has triple captained you. So you should do me a favor in my fantasy league, guys. So for me, as I've said, it's official. So 3-1, that's how I feel like the match will end. So as we summarize the game, we also want to say, over the weekend here in Kenya, we had a very big boxing match. It was about, we had Mr.
Mandonga,
Mr. Kenya himself, called
Wanyonyi.
Tim Wanyonyi. Is Wanyonyi Tim?
Not Tim.
Not Tim.
It's
So
Wanyonyi.
Tim Wanyonyi is a member of parliament for
Westlands.
Yeah? So, but basically, he's called Mr. Do
Wanyonyi.
we have his photo? Maybe you can see it on the screen.
Definitely.
Then, of course, we had Mr. Who?
Mtukazi Madonga mwenyewe. Ngumi Sugunyo.
Kutoka wapi?
Ukraine, kwenye mlipuko wa mabomu.
Kwenye mlipuko wa mabomu.
I like that guy baby.
Mabonde hawa wawili walikutana kwenye mechi pale katika jukwaa KICC arena, wakapambana. Tufanya hili video kwa Kiswahili ili ifikie wenzetu wa Tanzania. First Lady Mama Samia Suluhu. Mwenzio ama bondia wenyu kutoka Tanzania alifika Kenya akajichocha, lakini mwishowe tuwaone ya kwamba kumbe si mdomo tu.
Haitu kuchocha, inaitwa kumpiga kwa maneno.
Kwa maneno.
Anaipiga promo ubondia. Ama kweli jamaa huyo alipiga promo, alipiga mdomo kweli, akatueleza ya kwamba ameleta ngumi sugunyo kutoka kule Ukraine kwenye mlipuko
wa mabomu. Ama kweli tuliona alinyeshea Wanyonyi. Though pia tuwampongeza Wanyonyi wetu. Wanyonyi hakunyonya tu. Wanyonyi alicheza mechi mzuri sana. Raundi ya kwanza alionekana kuwa mahiri, lakini wajua mchezo wa bondia ni mchezo ambao unashinda kwa mapointi. But mwishowe tupata nani alishinda?
Mwenzetu mtukazi aliweka maneno yake kazini na kweli akaibuka mshindi. Unajua wanasema Waswahili hawakutupaka mafuta kwenye mgongo wa chupa. Waliponadi kuwa kila mbuzi atakula na urefu wa kamba yake. Kwa hiyo bondia mtukazi aliweka bidii, akatia bidii, na kweli maneno yake hayakuwa maneno tu, bali akawa ni vitendo, na akasema siku ama mwezi wa Aprili atarudi nchini Kenya.
Kufanya nini?
Kuna vita vingine vitapangwa tena, na amesema mwenyewe akaahidi atarudi.
Ababu na Mwamba ambaye ndiye waziri wa michezo Kenya. Natumai uliona mechi, natumai uliona jinsi ambavyo wafuasi ama wapenda mchezo hilo, jinsi ambavyo walimiminika na kujaza arena na kujaza stadiamu ama pale KICC jukwaa. Kwa hivyo itakuwa vema ukituletea mechi kama hayo mengi. Sio jambo geni kwetu kwa sababu tumeshuhudia mechi hapo awali kati ya bondia ambaye siku hizi hachezi, Conjestina Achieng alicheza vyema, but siku hizi yaendelea vyema. Na huyu wetu yuaitwa Fatima nani? Zarika.
Yeah. Mara ya mwisho kupiga bondia alishinda, ila wengi walikuwa na shauku kwamba walikuwa na ile matatizo kwamba huenda hakushinda. Alipewa tu kwa sababu yupo nyumbani. Unakumbuka wakimenyana na yule Catherine?
Nakumbuka.
Yeah, so alishinda ndio, lakini Wakenya Wakenya waliamka wakasema kwamba hapo kwa kweli tuliona Catherine akimshinda Zarika.
Kwa hivyo tunataka kusema hivi, SportPesa pia naona mmerejea, so tuwaomba kwa unyenyekevu wenu muanzishe tena kusponsor haya michezo. Tunataka kuona mchezo wa bondia ukirudi tena, kwa sababu unavyosikia tunavyoongea, sisi ni mashabiki. Sisi ni mashabiki kamili wa mchezo hili, na pia kuna mashabiki wengi humu nje Kenya. So tuomba muweze kurudisha ama kurejesha mchezo huo, ndiposa tuweze kusherekea pamoja. So Pogba, nitakupa nafasi uweze kufunga show katika Kiswahili, na pia uwapatie wenzetu kule Tanga, Tanzania salamu zetu, na uambie si kwa ubaya tulimkaribisha mwenzio Madonga Kenya, na tukamwacha pia rejee kwa ushindi. Kwa hivyo si bado ni madada na makaka.
Kabla nimalize, najua wafuasi wenzetu wengine ambao wako na haja na huu mchezo, ila hawajui terms and conditions za game hii. Ningependa kuambia kitu moja. Unajua mkiwa pale kwenye jukwaa pale, inahesabika ukimpiga mtu na hapa. Huo ndo mchezo wa bondia.
Inaitwa bare knuckle.
Hapa. Si hapa, si huku, hapa. Huo ndo unahesabika. Na unampiga wapi? Kichwani. Shanielewa?
Pigana kichwani?
Kichwani. Inahesabika ukipiga mtu kichwani.
Okay. Hiyo ni pointi
Pointi zinahesabika ukipiga mtu kichwani, ila kuna TKO ambayo ukipigwa unakwenda chini na unashindwa kuamka. ile Wanyonyi aliyofanyiwa. Ila wenzangu tutashukuru sana. Michezo zikiandaliwa tutawaletea moja kwa moja hapa Gatekeepers TV.
Shukran. Ni sisi wenye geti na ni sisi tuwafungua na bado ni sisi wakifungua
tunafunga
na wakifunga tunafungua.
Tuonaneni.